Addiction equals the inability to control the intakes of drugs and/or alcohol. The part of the brain that allows for free choice is broken, which leads to people who cannot regulate their own behavior. The video talks a lot about whether addiction is a psychological or a physical disease. It has been found that addiction is a disease of the brain, which translates into abnormal behavior. We are all born differently, and children who live in environments of high risk, such as no supervision, abuse, access to drugs, are more likely to use drugs in adolescence. All drugs activate dopamine pathways in the brain. When you put drugs in your body, you feel good, and our natural reward center is then activated. However, when you use drugs, this reward center is more efficient, and the drugs hijack the reward center, leading to a high that is stronger and longer lasting. A change in the brain begins, and people develop a need to put drugs in their body for survival. Addicted brains get used to receiving huge amounts of dopamine, which then causes the natural production of chemicals to no longer work. When there is a deficit of dopamine, it causes the inability to feel pleasure except through drug use. The cycle is a prime motivator of a person relapsing. I believe that drug use in our society is accepted, especially with pot becoming legal in the state of Oregon and in other states around the nation. I also feel that kids are being subjected to drug use at very young ages, and it's through television, movies, and social media. I feel that all drugs, including alcohol, are bad. I say this because I am in recovery from drug use myself. I threw away a large chunk of my life chained to drugs. I gave nothing to society and took as much as I could. I lost my family, friends, and my children. I feel that addiction is a disease of the brain, a disease of the mind that affects us spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. However, I do believe we can recover, and more people than ever are recovering. Addiction does not just include drugs and alcohol. I feel that society contributes by living blindly to it, and it can happen to anyone. However, so many people have behaviors by all appearances that are considered addictive behaviors. People are addicted to sex, money, food, shopping, working out, collection of things or stuff, you name it. People will do whatever it takes not to have to focus on their own behaviors and feelings. People put these addictions ahead of their own thoughts so they don't ever have to work on the real problems.